Product Bucker, Season 4, Episode 8, The Launch Discipline, Turning Chaos into Checklists. Welcome back to Product Bucker. Let me describe a feeling every product manager knows. You're 2 days from launch. The build is still buggy. The deck isn't final. Design is exporting screenshots at midnight. Marketing is asking for copy. Support wants FAQs. Leadership wants a demo. And someone suddenly says, wait, do we even have a launch checklist? Welcome to launch week. It always feels chaotic. But here's the truth most teams learn too late. Great launches don't happen by luck, they happen by discipline. Today, we are talking about how to turn launch chaos into calm, predictable execution. If you are new here, welcome. I am Rishikesh, a product manager and the founder of Product Sense. On Product Bucker, we talk about the last mile of product work, the part that separates we built something from people actually noticed and used it. Let's talk launches. Here's the first myth we need to kill that a launch is a moment, a date on the calendar, a tweet, a press release. In reality, a launch is a process, and the best teams start planning it long before code freeze. Think about Canva. When they launched their AI powered Magic Studio features, it didn't feel sudden. Teasers showed up early, creators hinted at it, demos were ready, messaging was consistent everywhere. The product, the blogs, the videos, the social posts all told the same story. It felt spontaneous, but spontaneity at scale is almost always rehearsed. That's launch discipline. A launch isn't just shipping code, it's controlling the first impression. And first impressions are expensive to fix later. Most launches don't fail because the product is bad. They fail because execution is messy. And almost every failed launch falls into one of three buckets. First, no alignment. Engineering thinks one thing is shipping, design thinks another, marketing promises something else, the user experiences all three, and confusion kills momentum. If users don't immediately understand what's new and why it matters, they move on. Second, no ownership. Everyone assumes someone else is handling it. Who owns messaging? Who owns success metrics? Who owns FAQs? Who owns post launch communication? When ownership is fuzzy, important things fall through the cracks, and launches don't forgive gaps. Third, no preparation. Launch assets are built after development finishes. Docs are rushed. Screenshots are outdated. Support is unprepared. You can ship the best feature in the world, but if users don't understand it, don't notice it, or don't trust it, it's a silent failure. And silent failures are the hardest to diagnose. So let's make this practical. Here's a system you can reuse for every meaningful launch. I call it the 3R launch framework. First, readiness. This is about confidence before you ship. Ask these questions honestly. Is the product stable? Have internal teams used it end to end? Are onboarding and docs clear? If you're still fixing your critical bugs 48 hours before launch, pause, delay. A delayed launch is forgotten. A broken launch is remembered. Readiness is about protecting trust. Second, rollout. This is where orchestration matters. Decide clearly. What does launch mean here? Is it a beta, a feature flag, a gradual rollout, a public release? Then sequence the rollout. Community first, power users next, public announcement later. Prepare assets early, not the night before. Blogs, visuals, FAQs, demo scripts. A good rollout feels intentional, a bad rollout feels rushed. Third, reflection. Most teams skip this, and that's a mistake. Within 24 hours, check early metrics, read qualitative feedback, observe user behavior. Within 7 days, run a launch retro. What worked? What broke? What should we repeat? And most importantly, follow up with users. You tried it. How was it? That single question turns launches into learning loops. Discipline isn't rigidity, it's repeatability, and repeatability creates calm. Let's talk about Slack. When Slack launched publicly, Stuart Butterfield wrote an internal note titled, "We don't launch once." What he meant was simple: every release is a launch, every feature update is a chance to restate the story, clarify the value, reintroduce the product. They didn't just announce features, they re announced them, each time with sharper messaging, clearer positioning, more confidence. Great products aren't launched once, they're introduced again and again and again. Here's your Bucker moment. A messy launch hides a messy process. A calm launch signals a strong team. Launches are not marketing's job, they are the product team's final sprint. So the next time you're building something big, don't just ship it, stage it. Because how you launch is how users judge everything that comes after. That's it for this episode of Product Bucker. Next week, we'll talk about what happens after the launch, how to listen to the market, how to separate signal from noise, and how to turn feedback into momentum. Episode 9: Post launch, learning from what the market actually said. Until then, launch smart, not loud.